There was no water in the fields. There were no toilets in the fields. There was no workers' compensation. There were no laws that protect you from the pesticides. I did not want to live and work and have my children live and work in those kinds of conditions. That was a lot of my motivation. Well, the first big turning point in my life was running for president of Local 11, the Hotel and Restaurant Workers Union. What moved me was the housekeepers, those women who worked hard every day, the cooks, the dishwashers. They were like my parents, and I could see my parents in them, and that's what motivated me to run for president and win.
They come here very willing to do whatever it takes to make sure that their children do well. And it's not their fault that very often in the beginning stages they have to live in cars or they have to live in places that they would rather not live. Sometimes you close your eyes and you actually have a moment of vision. And I remember writing 3 things. I wanted to work with children. I wanted to work with children on Skid Row. It was that clear. And I wanted to change the world. And 6 months later, I was working for Para los Niños. Children on Skid Row, children in education. And the funniest thing is that I actually know I'm changing the world. It's the most profound work I've ever done.
The bill contained employer sanctions, and employer sanctions was, for the first time, it would punish employers who hired undocumented people. And we knew that that would be very detrimental, to our community. So MALDEF opposed it. And so Emilio and I drafted an op-ed, and in the op-ed we asked for people to send in cards opposing the bill. And the cards were to go to my former boss, Senator Kennedy. And if you come from northern New England, you speak a certain way. So to the senator for all the years, and he was my friend till he died, my name was Antonia. And he says, Antonia, please come here. And there were bundles and bundles of postcards that the post office brought. And he said, are you responsible for that? And I said, yes. He goes, why? I said, because you took the wrong position. We were able to defeat the bill. And it's the beginning of the activism in the Latino community that begins to unite us on immigration.
I was born in Los Angeles, right off the Hollywood freeway, Queen of Angels Hospital. And from rumors that have appeared, it's like I was never spanked. I heard the brakes screeching on the freeway, and I immediately found myself in the fast lane, in the emergency lane, going against traffic, looking for every secret on-ramp and off-ramp. And before you knew it, I knew how to emerge into any situation and how to quickly escape any unexpected situation to avoid any kind of cultural collision. As an artist, I'm never objective. I'm always subjective, which means I play a role in the development of the idea, the imagery. I tend to create what I want to see or what I felt I've seen before in an attempt to recreate. And yet, many of the images that I create have never really been seen before, but they kind of match aspects of my imagination. It's almost like looking for a puzzle piece that's missing.
Talked to my father. He was a big admirer of Diego Rivera's work, so he showed me. I remember the first time he showed me any image. It was Diego Rivera's painting of a poor Mexican guy on a horse, a white horse. It was a really strong image to me because it just stayed with me a lot. I thought it was beautiful, and I had never seen it before. I had never seen Mexican art at that point. Well, while I was a student at UCLA, I had a chance to hear Cesar Chavez speak, and he was speaking about representing the most exploited workers in America, farm workers. And I was just really impressed with this guy, and he was so humble and charismatic at the same time. And I thought, this is amazing that someone dedicated their entire life to this type of work, this important work that no one else has taken up. And immediately after his speech, I walked up to him and I said, I would love to work with you. I'm an artist. I'm a young student here at UCLA, and I would like to do anything I can to help. And he goes, oh, we need art. We need art to get the message out, to be more effective in getting the message out. So I thought that was really amazing. I didn't realize that he needed artists. So that began a 15-year association with him, and I really, really now realize how lucky, how fortunate I was to work with him.